Hello there, welcome to my channel. I am HappyNappy1. Welcome. If this is your first time here, join the fam bam, hit the subscribe button. As well as if you are not new, welcome back boos, and I'm glad you're here to join with your girl again. So from the title you can tell, this video is just going to be discussing my experiences with this Tarte Double Duty Brow Gel. And I just want to talk to y'all about how it's been working out for me. That's it, straight, no chaser. So without further ado, let's just get started. The product at hand is the, that was messed up, the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Busy Gal Brows Tinted Brow Gel, and this is in the color medium brown. Now the reason it's in medium brown is because they ran out of the dark brown that I wanted to try. I don't know what's going on with me, my bad. But I got the medium brown because they were out of the dark brown, and when you're testing out a product, you're really not testing out the color, you're testing out the product. So I was like, you know what, I can make it work. I've been using makeup long enough that I know how to maneuver stuff just to see if it's something that I'd be interested in. First thing first, let's also discuss that Tarte is a cruelty-free brand. So if you didn't know, Tarte does not test any of its products on animals, and that is one thing that I do appreciate about Tarte. This brow gel, I believe, was $18. I could be wrong, but y'all know I put the prices everywhere, so you'll know. So yeah, this is just what the packaging looks like. I mean, it's nothing special. I'm not impressed. I'm not mad about it, but it is what it is, you know. Once you open it up, you have this really thin wand that you use because you're going to be using it in your brows, and you need something this thin. And let me just get up closer. You're gonna need something this thin so it can get into those areas like that. And you know, the thinner the wand, the more accurate you can be. Now, one thing I will say is a lot of product doesn't actually come in here. It says that it's actually net 4 milliliters of products. It's supposed to be good for around 6 months. I've had this longer than 6 months, just to put it out there. And let me put the color so you can see what it looks like, because this is nowhere near my brow color, but I'm able to make it work for me. So you see how light that is? That's a very light brown, and you see how dark my brows are compared to this right here. Yeah, so you see I'm a fan of dark brows, and this is more for someone who has lighter brows, but I just mixed it in with my brows to make it work, so it's not a really big issue or anything. Yeah, I was trying to smell it to remember if it had a smell. It doesn't really have a smell. I will say that it does dry down pretty matte. So if you're looking for something to like set your brows with, this will be really good. Like I said, I'm not testing the color, I'm testing the product. No, the color did not make me upset or anything, but it was not the best product to use for my brows because I had to manipulate it and use other products to make it work. It does set to a matte finish, and it looks really nice. I did use it today in my brows, but I also used the Ulta Clear Brow Gel on top of it to set it, just to pull it all together. Because so the thing is, when you're using this, you're using this as a brow gel to set your brows. Like, you fill them out and it's supposed to set them, and that's not necessarily what I do for like when I'm using my Ulta brow gel, which I'll see is pretty much empty. Like, there's nothing in here, you can see through it. And then I also use the Ulta Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel, which is my favorite. Like, I love this stuff. Whoever knows me knows that this is always on my list for the VIB sale whenever I run out, but I got quite a few of these, so I don't need to repurchase. The difference is, I want you to see how big these wands are. So you see what I'm saying? Like, these are to actually set your brows, whereas this brow gel is basically there just to make sure that you get you fill in your brow area, so that then you can just set it with one of these. So that is why I'm using two different brow gels, because even though this brow gel gives you a nice matte finish, it doesn't pull it together like one of those brow gels do. All in all, I didn't have anything negative to say about this. Of course, it smudges off if you keep messing with your brows, but it does stay on by itself for a long time. I've never, like, I've sometimes messed with my brows or whatever, and when I was wearing this, my brows didn't move. They didn't, like, for the most part, like a little product might have came off, but they stayed in place. And that's something that I worry about, because I'm not trying to have my brows come off. Even though most of this is my actual brows, this mixes in with my natural brow hair, and I want to make sure they look as natural as possible when I'm doing my brows. When it comes to water, like if you're swimming or something, this would be a good thing to use. But again, I would also set it with one of those brow gels that I mentioned, because again, you know, the more product you have on to set it, when it gets wet, of course it'll loosen up, but you'll have enough product left on your brows to still give you a nice look whenever you come out the water. I mean, outside of the color, I think this is a really pretty decent product. This isn't something I would use if I was a beginner, because I had no idea how to use this. I had to play around with it for a few weeks to figure out how it works for me. So if you're looking for a new brow product to try out, it's decent. The biggest gripe I have about this is you don't get a whole lot of product, and this does dry out pretty fast. So like when you're trying to use this, I suggest you do try to use this up within, I'll say 6 to 8 months, because after that, it's so hard to get the stuff out of the container, and at this point you might be like, let me put some water in there and try to lubricate it. Don't put no water in there and try to lubricate it. So with that said, I give this 1.5 thumbs up, because I really do appreciate the product. It works. The other part of why I didn't give it 2 thumbs up is because you get a little product and it dries out really fast. So that's about it. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say. If you're a brow junkie like me and you're looking for a new brow product to try out, try that out, because it's really nice that you can use it as is without setting it, but you can also set it to give it that extra finishing look with one of the, like, Anastasia Beverly Hills clear brow gel or the Ultra Clear Brow Gel. Thanks for watching. Make sure you join the Fam Bam. Drop any comments, questions, concerns below. I'll see you guys next time.